Hello. Sorry. Hello. I started up a new world because in the previous one it wouldn't stop raining, which was very annoying. And I'm glad that I did. I like a nice I like a nice pink biome. I've actually got the Minecraft wiki up so I can actually stop calling it the pink biome because I know that's not what it's called. Um, hmm, where is it? A cherry biome. Here, cherry biome. What I've got in front of me is literally just a list of all the blocks in Minecraft, every single one. Um, I'm not going to list all of them, but I wanted to highlight a few of my favorites. I can't really think of any that are off the top of my head that I'm like, those are perfect. Actually, I can think of one, and I'll probably start with that one, but it will take me a while to get there. So for now, I'm just going to browse the list and sort of mention and maybe even talk about any blocks that stick out in my mind as being interesting or worth discussing. This is all in alphabetical order. So it starts with acacia. Um, Not my favorite wood block, if I'm being honest. But down the list and sort of next to it is dark oak, which I like. I like, but it's kind of boring. The same thing can be said for the regular oak wood. Um, I'm looking down the list currently. Ancient debris is one that stands out. It's used for a lot of TNT duping machines. Um, I personally have never created one, but I'm pretty sure the reason why ancient debris is used is because of its I think because its ability to be pushed and its high explosive resistance. It doesn't it doesn't blow up when TNT is next to it, which is good for a TNT duping machine or a TNT cannon. I think. I don't know. I'm no expert in anything in this game, but I think that's why it's used. And bamboo is just right below it, so we've moved on to B. I like bamboo. I like I like bamboo as a plant, and I also like bamboo planks. Yeah, I like bamboo planks and bamboo mosaic, which sort of it just sort of twists the the design a little bit. Makes it, it gives it a sort of intricate, sort of woven like pattern, which I really like. I like barrels as well. Um, I like barrels as just a secondary storage option. That's it. Um, it's nice if you're trying to go for a different vibe than just, you know, just a bunch of chests, all just a bunch of double chests all stacked on top of each other. Basalt beacons are rare for me personally. I think I've only made like two. Birch. I don't think anybody really likes birch. I think birch is like a probably like a C tier wood. You know, it's useful because of its lightness. It can be used for a lot of, contrasting builds. And sometimes you need that. You need that sort of almost pale like color when you don't have sand. I'm still looking at the list. That's interesting. They've got all the they've got all the block items in B, which makes sense because that's how they're labeled. So you have block of bamboo right next to block of coal and block of copper, block of diamond, and blocks of raw iron and gold and copper. Hmm. Interesting. Block of resin. What is that from? Oh, that's right. The pale oak forest. It's got to be a very rare building material because you have to collect a lot of that resin. But you can kind of get an infinite source of it. I'm down to bricks. I never use bricks in any of my builds, despite it being somewhat easy to obtain. You just need a lot of um not mud. What is it called? It's escaping me the name. It's clay. Yeah. I don't use clay for anything, even though there's like 1,000 things that clay can be used for. I never really work with any concretes or terracotta. It's just it's just not my vibe. Cactus though. I really like cactus. I thought can't you make dye with cactus if you put it in a furnace? I could have sworn that's how you got green dye. Maybe they changed it. And I'm back down to cherry blocks. Like I said, I'm just going through these and picking out particular ones that stick out in my mind. It's not like I can talk about cobblestone for 20 minutes. I mean, maybe. No, I couldn't. It reminds me of I wish I could remember the name of the person that was talking about this. It might have been some comedian, but they were recalling how difficult it is to write essays in school, and they used one particular example of a teacher being like, "I want you to write an essay on carpet," and it's like, what can you say? It's soft. It's got a texture. I like the carpet my mom has on the living room floor. That's how I feel looking through these blocks. I've never used a command block before. I like using the composter now, recently. Before, before I was opposed to the composter, but now I enjoy it very much as sort of an early game way and sort of a safe way to get bone meal. I hope the start of that burp didn't get picked up on the mic, but I think it did. Copper Torch is a new addition I really like. In some of my other Minecraft videos, I use the Copper Torch extensively because I particularly like the color green. Now we're down to crimson slabs, crimson planks. I never really use any of the nether wood. There's crimson, and then I forget the name of the other one. But good news is we're down to the second row. The second row of blocks. Gotta scroll all the way back up. And now we're at cyan, which means we'll be moving on to D. And I already talked about dark oak. I like deep slate. I use I use deep slate bricks for a lot of my builds because you end up accumulating a lot of it when you're looking for deep slate diamonds and lapis, sometimes redstone. Like I said, I don't use redstone. I'm not an expert. I'm also sorry I haven't been moving. I'm sort of enjoying the just having the cherry wood on my screen. But maybe I will. Maybe I will move a little bit just for a slight change of scenery. Diorite. I saw a somewhat humorous video. Humorous, where a streamer kept finding diorite and being like, "What is this?" Like every time, and there was just a small compilation of them just just over and over again. Almost every time they found it, they'd be like, "What is this? Diorite?" And the way that they said it was kind of funny because it was like they were genuinely like baffled by the block. Anyway, dried gas, somewhat new addition that I finally achieved in one of my worlds. And stone and bricks. It's funny. They've got they've got exposed copper items, all in E, and right next to it, in a different row, is all the oxidized copper items on the Minecraft wiki. At least in this layout that I've got on my laptop. Anyway, frog spawn. I guess that's a block. I guess you'd consider that a block. I guess everything's a block as long as it's not a mob. It's probably a block, right? Blocks and mobs. Oh, we're coming up on a village. The heavy core. What a rare item. I'm down to H, as you can probably tell. I think I've only legitimately gotten the heavy core once. Sorry, I'm trying to think of things to say, but as I'm scrolling, I don't really see anything that's really grabbing my attention. There's a block here listed, sandwiched right between lever and light blue banner, just called light. I'm actually going to click on it. Light block. This article is about the invisible light producing block. Interesting. Lights are invisible blocks primarily intended for map markers that can produce any light level from 0 to 15. I was aware that there are light levels in the game. Sorry about this. I'm really trying to get my stick to just stay still. Look, there's an ocean monument. Oh, look, it's a mushroom island. Let's hang out here for a little while. What is this? Let's see what we get. A gold nugget. Is that it? Oh no, I broke it. What's the fishing rod? Lure? Huh. That's interesting. It's probably not all that rare to find one of these on a mushroom island, but it's gotta be somewhat rare, right? Anyway, sorry. I've been distracted. Let's go back to blocks. The real reason why you're here. Lodestone. I'm a fan of lodestones as a concept. but they only really work when you have a compass, because that's their primary use. All right, where are we at? I'm scrolling back up. We're at magenta now. We're in the M's. Oh, mangrove. I think mangrove planks and logs are like an A tier wood, just harder to come by. Mud. I like mud. I like mud and mud bricks. Mycelium. That's what I'm on right now. Nether gold, nether portal. I guess that makes sense. The nether portal, portal, the purple part, counts as its own block. And you can technically break it with water. Look, we're at oak now. Oak is like B tier if I had to. A reluctant B tier. In terms of wood specifically. Oh, now we're at the pale oak. Pale oak, I'd probably say is S tier. That might be controversial, but I think simply due to its unique biome, its color is kind of meh, whatever, who cares? But but how you get it is far more interesting. You're still chopping down a tree, but there's just a level of danger sprinkled in, you know. If the pale oak forest feels like a place you're not supposed to go to by default, whether it's day or night. What is this? Petrified oak slab. Is a unique type of slab available through commands or by upgrading from legacy versions. Unlike all other slabs, they are unobtainable in vanilla survival Minecraft. I guess that's interesting. Oh, look, we're at pitcher plant. Pitcher plant, probably my favorite plant. Period. And we've got blackstone. I like blackstone. I like incorporating it into like my house or the building around my nether portal. Potatoes. Potatoes S tier. S tier vegetal, both in real life and in Minecraft. I'm at the I'm at red right now, so there's nothing really interesting. Like red nether bricks and red mushroom blocks, nothing's really standing out to me personally. Reinforced deep slate. Reinforced deep slate is a block that generates exclusively in ancient cities. It has high hardness, is immune to explosions, and cannot be pushed by pistons or obtained in survival mode. It just can't be obtained in survival mode. There's like no glitches or exploits. It's interesting. Respawn anchor. I like the respawn anchor as a concept, but I don't think I'll ever use it because usually when I die in the nether, I I delete the entire world. I want the nether deleted. Alright, I've made it down past the third row, and now I'm up. I'm up to the final and fourth row of of all the blocks in Minecraft. Right now we're at S, so I'm seeing Skulk. Skulk Shriekers. Just seeing it. Just seeing the little icon on my laptop is giving me PTSD. Whenever I'm in an ancient city, the game changes for me personally. It no longer feels like Minecraft. It feels like survival horror. Even if I'm in like full enchanted diamond armor, the just being in the ancient city makes me shrivel to no end. Anyway, moving on. Shulker box, slime block. The shulker box is such a good item for everybody except me because I'm such a messy person when it comes to organizing things that I just mainly use them for extra storage. I never I never grab like a shulker box and like go mining because I very rarely like need that much inventory space. Only in the beginning of the game do I need just like a little bit of extra. That's why I think the bundle is is far more useful with how I play the game. If you're a builder, shulker boxes are like perfect because you can just fill it with whatever item you need, whatever block you need, and then take it to the build location. Anyway, Soulfire. I really like Soulfire. I wish there were more colored fires in the game besides just red or blue. Imagine if you get a copper fire going, right? I'd be down. I'd be down for a green fire. Now we get to spruce. I know I haven't listed every single wood and given them their own rating, but spruce is probably like, I don't know, somewhere between B and A. I'm not the biggest fan of spruce biomes personally, but if you are, probably an A. If you're not, probably a B. What about cherry wood? Cherry wood, I'd probably put it at an A, just for its unique color. There's so much green in Minecraft. Seeing a little bit of pink feels nice. Hmm. Huh. I'm down to S. So I actually get to see suspicious gravel, which I literally just interacted with in the game. And under it is a suspicious sand. Torch flower. I like torch flower, not as much as the other sniffer related plant. Trapped chest. Twisting vines. Froglight. I've never gotten a froglight in survival or even in creative. I think I know how they're made though. You specifically need a a frog to eat a magma cube, and I think that's how you get froglights. I'm pretty sure. We're at the. That's what it's called. I didn't realize it was called warped. Warped is the blue wood that's in the Nether. I think I think I think the warped biome is better than the crimson one. It's a different kind of blue, and Endermen usually spawn there. And Endermen spawn everywhere, but specifically in the warped biome, they spawn more frequently. So I think just because of that and that alone, they get an A tier. Crimson gets a B tier. But that's just my opinion. That is just wow. Um, there's a lot of W's in the on the list of blocks because of the because of copper, because of a waxed block, and the list just goes on and on and on. Waxed cut copper, waxed exposed copper, waxed oxidized copper, waxed weathered copper, and it just goes on and on and on until we get to weeping vines and wet sponge. Sponges are also very rare items for me personally. I don't usually go after ocean monuments. It's not a high priority. Being able to get rid of a lot of water with one block, it doesn't really appeal to me. We're finally at Y with yellow. So all the yellow items. Oh, and that's it goes W Y and then a single Z. Can you guess? Can you, the viewer, guess what the last block on the entire Minecraft Wiki block list is? I'll give you I'll give you 5 seconds to type out your comment. That's how long it should take. Um, if you guessed zombie head, then you'd be correct. Every head item has been listed. So like the wither skeleton skull, the skeleton skull creeper, creeper head, player head. There's no other. There's no other Z uh, blocks. There's no other blocks in the game that start with Z. Only the zombie head, which is kind of disappointing. That's why they need to add zinc. the S tier element, zinc. Anyway, that's it for me just going down the list of Minecraft blocks. It would be, if you want to see a video of me listing every single Minecraft block, um, I'll do it, but like for money. I'd probably do it for money. But that's it. It's the only thing. My voice kind of is strained now because I'm not talking in like my regular voice. I'm sort of doing this soft-spoken, half monotone voice right now, and it's straining me after 20 minutes or however long this video is. Um, in the next video, I've done mobs and I've done blocks. I think the next item I will be covering is item. Just every item in the game. Which that list isn't too bad. Actually, no, this list is way worse. This list is way so much worse. My goodness, this list is insane, actually. Wow. That might be a long video. Because there's categories for the lists of items. Items that create blocks, fluids, or entities. Items with use in the world. That list is huge. Items with indirect use in the world. Spawn eggs. Minecraft education items. I'll probably skip those. Unimplemented items. It's literally one item. Removed items and joke items. That is it's a lot of stuff to go over. Again, I won't be going over everything. I'll probably just go over a few of the ones that stick out to me personally. But anyway, thank you for watching. Bye-bye.